Hey guys, it's Miss Truelove here for another lesson. Hope everybody's having a good day. We're going to be looking at another one of those areas that gives us some problems on the table, which is character traits. And so we're just going to look at this today and hope we can just clarify and clean up some areas where we might be having some difficulties. So let's start. Character traits. A character trait is a characteristic or quality of a character that describes the character. We could describe this character. How will we describe him? He's young. He looks happy. He looks playful, like he's going to play. So we could, I don't have much more to go on for that guy, little guy, but we could describe him that way. But there's two types of character traits. There's internal character traits and external character traits. And external character traits are traits that you can see and describe how a character looks. So let's look over here at these little guys over here. Well, we can just, by looking at them, we can look at their features and we could tell much more, but I just chose to go by pretty much their hair. So this little girl over here, well, she's got red hair. He's got his little black hair, and she's a blonde. This guy here's got some spiked hair. And this little guy, I'm just describing him by he wears glasses. But we could have gone over by done a lot of different traits. We could talk about their smiles, their eye color, if they're big, they're small. We could use a lot of different adjectives to describe these guys, but I just chose those few. Internal character traits are traits that describe the way a character acts. So we see over here these adjectives that describe a person or character, how they are on the inside. Readers can infer these traits through the character's actions, thoughts, feelings, and dialogue. Some of the traits you might see are like smart and friendly, brave, hardworking, humble, determined, or passionate. Those are all great internal characteristics. Sometimes they're not always so good. Sometimes they're negative as well. How character traits can influence a character's actions. Character traits can influence characters' actions. When reading a passage, it is important to pay very close attention to how a character acts. The way they act will tell you what best trait describes them. So let's just do a little practice here. We're going to read this little passage here and then answer some questions. It says, after school on a winter day, Justin was putting his coat away in the closet when he looked up and saw a shiny piece of red paper. As he reached up to grab it, he realized it was a gift. To his surprise, his name was on the package. Justin knew it was only 3 more days until he could open it, but he could not wait. He carefully opened the package to peek, and after the excitement of seeing his new toy, he carefully rewrapped the package and put it away. Oh my goodness, I think I might have lived this very thing. I've done this before. I was very, could never wait. I could never wait. I was very impatient when it came to the holidays. One of the things I loved, or what I did with little, was search and find all the Christmas gifts that were hidden through the house and unwrap them and then have to carefully rewrap them. Yeah, I was a little bit mischievous. There's the little package right there. So let's look at some questions. The first one, what trait best describes Justin? Is he impatient, thoughtful, or respectful? Well, I don't really think he was being very thoughtful or respectful by opening up his gift. So the best trait that would describe Justin would be impatient. And it says, from what part of the story best depicts his trait? Is it when Justin reached up into To his surprise, saw his name on the package. That doesn't tell me he's impatient. Justin knew it was only 3 more days until he could open the gift, but he could not wait. That looks like it might be a good answer, but let's just look at the last one. He carefully rewrapped the package and put it away. Well, based on those 3, I can rule out 1 and A and C, so I know it has to be B. He just couldn't wait. So we know that Justin is impatient. Let's look at another one, because practice makes perfect. Lisa was nervous, looking through her desk for the missing sheet that she remembers she turned in. She was having so much trouble because there were stacks and stacks of paper stuffed to the depths of her desk. Oh yeah, well, let's see if we can look there. There it is. There's that desk. Ooh, I'm glad we don't have desks there. I'm afraid some people I know, based on just what I see there at Job Corps, this would be some of your guys' desk. Oh my goodness. But anyhow, there were stacks and stacks of paper stuffed into that desk, and she decided to look through her backpack, which was not much better than her desk. I think I've seen some of those backpacks too. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, it's a hot mess. As she unzipped her bag, mountains of papers came flying out. So what character trait best describes Lisa? Is she patient, unorganized, or forgetful? Well, one, is she being patient? She is being patient to find it, but is she unorganized? I think that could be a contender. Is she forgetful? Well, she was kind of forgetful because she thought she turned in the paper. But I think the best one, based on the whole totality of this story, is she is unorganized. She needs to clean out her desk and her backpack. Let's just do one more. Nick was very excited to see his report card. He knew that he always worked very hard and turned in all of his work, and his parents had never asked him to do his homework. They never had to ask him. He also never had a missing work because he always remembered to turn it in. Wow, this is a student I would love to have in my class because he sounds like he is just awesome. So what character trait best describes Nick? Is he busy? Is he respectful? Or is he responsible? Well, it looks like he probably has been busy, and it looks like he's respectful too. But the best characteristic trait for him would be, in this passage, would be responsible. He doesn't have to have people remind him to do his work. He does it on his own. What a great, I think I'd really like to have Nick in my class. Yeah, he just looks like he's busy. Busy at work, doing what's right. It says, what sentence best describes his trait? Nick is really smart. Or Nick was very excited to see his report card. Or he knew that he always worked very hard and turned in all of his homework. Well, he is all those things, but the one that best describes his traits is C. He knew that he always worked very hard and turned in all his homework. Well, that's just the gist of character traits. But I'm going to finish up that section here, but I'm going to not stop right here on the lesson. I've got something else to share. We were shared yesterday with these some of these resources that you guys can use for people that are having problems getting on the internet. So some of the state's cable providers are rolling out free broadband services and upgrades starting Monday as Alabama public schools prepare to close for at least 2 weeks and colleges convert to online instruction during the coronavirus outbreak. Charter Spectrum, the state's largest provider, will offer free broadband and Wi-Fi to households with K through 12 or college students who don't already have a broadband subscription at any service level up to 100 megabytes, maybe Mbps. They are waiving installation fees. You can call to enroll at 1-844-488-8395. It's also opening its Wi-Fi hotspots across its Alabama service areas for public use. And being as though we are considered a school, I'm sure you will fit into this category as a student. So you could go ahead and take advantage of this service. I got one more to share. It said Comcast is pausing all data plans for 60 days and giving all customers unlimited data, and is promising not to disconnect service or assess a late fee if someone contacts the company and let them know they cannot pay their bills over that time, and is also offering free service through its Wi-Fi hotspots across Alabama. So just call them, let them know if you're having problems. And East Alabama provider Beam is offering free 50 megabyte service for 30 days to new customers with a K through 12 or college students, along with free installation. You can call Beam for more details. Alabama provider AT&T previously announced that it planned to waive internet overage fees, waive late fees, and suspend termination of service during the pandemic. It's asking people who have trouble paying to call its 1-800 number, 1-800-288-2020. So take advantage of that. I'm going to be posting some lessons on IXL today. I'll take some time to do that. Review other videos if you haven't. I will talk to you soon. Bye.